in this beautiful day of sunshine because I am going to start my seeds, or at least some of them, today for our garden that is soon to be. I just thought I'd take a moment and enjoy this beautiful day while it's nice and sunny and warm. And also, I'll level with you. We lived in a camper full time with 3 cats, a dog, and 3 humans. So there is just no space in my camper for this type of project. So we're doing it outside. So I have a tub here that's full of assorted bottles, 20-ounce bottles. A few that are a little bit bigger. Scott has amassed this collection over the last few months of working, and so I thought since he had collected them that I would repurpose these for seed starting. This is just a way that I can start seeds just kind of really inexpensively. I have gardening supplies, but they're all packed right now in storage. I don't want to buy a whole bunch of new seed starting things when I already have them. It's just unfortunate I can't get to them right now. So I'm going to start with these. I think I have about 31 of these, and some of these bigger ones I might be able to put 2 starters in of something. I'm just going to do what we can with what we have. These are my seeds. This is my current seed storage system. Isn't this wonderful? I've organized my seeds according to what I'm going to be using them for. I've decided, after giving it some thought, because our garden is not going to be its, full size this year because we're building the beds and our garden spot isn't ready, so it's not going to be, the full garden that I want and hope to have by next year, because we're starting from scratch. So because I'm probably going to only have 6 to 7 raised beds that are about 4 feet by 6 feet, I'm also going to plant a container garden. The reason I thought I would do the container garden is so that we can hopefully eat everything throughout the growing and harvest seasons from the container garden, just pick and eat. Then in the raised beds, since I'll have limited space, I'm going to plant things that I can easily store or preserve for the late fall or winter months. I had to do some strategic thinking in terms of what I'm going to plant in the container garden and what I'm going to plant in our raised beds once those get finished. But I want to get kind of a start now with these seeds for both. That way, by the time we have our garden spot ready and raised beds built, I'll be able to transplant my seed starts, my little sprouts, into the garden at that point in time, rather than just wait to direct sow most of the stuff. Hopefully it'll save me a little bit of time in the growing and harvest season. What I have here, I've organized it. I have the seeds that I want to plant today, and most of these are going to be for the container garden. I'll explain what I have here in just a moment. So I thought for the container garden I would plant things like a couple of tomato plants, some bell pepper might do well in a container. Also I have a provider bean. It's a bush bean. It's 50 days to harvest. So I've got provider green beans. I've got emerald okra. What I'm going to do with this is just simply plant it in the ground, like a couple of plants, and just see what happens. We love okra, so if we can grow it just enough to eat during the summer and everything, then we're going to be okay with that. Then I've got saffron summer squash. I'm going to try to plant these in a potting soil bag, just straight into the bag that I have once I have my seed start. Here is a red mercury bell pepper. This I got at just my local Ace hardware store. I have some other red pepper seeds, but they're in storage right now and I have no idea where they are or how to get to them. So I can't really pick these up and manhandle them like I used to. So I'm going to try really careful just to slide this off That's about all I can do here. I can't really pick up this bag, so I'm opening it, and then I'm going to put a little out of time into this bucket so I can fill those seed starts. That'll be good for now. Alright, so I got my dirt here, and I'm going to add just a little bit of water to kind of dampen it. I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is just topsoil. It's nothing fancy. It's not like some kind of seed starting mix or potting soil mix. My motto is just kind of stick it in some dirt and see what happens. So that's what I'm doing. It worked for me last year. I just want enough to just kind of make it damp. That way the seeds don't float and everything when I get them planted and stuff. This is already pretty dampish because those bags have been out here. And it rained a little bit and that kind of hurt. 2 hands only. 2 hands. I'm recovering from my surgery really well. I can do more this week than I could last week, or a lot more than the week before. Occasionally I will try to do something that is just, I know it as soon as I do it because it hurts. And that's what I just did by picking that gallon jug of water with one hand. My hand was like, no, 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 don't do that. Okay, let's see. Let's put this back down out of the way. I'm already making a mess. That's why I like doing it this way, because I am messy. So we're gonna fill our containers real quick. I've got to go get more dirt. Okay, so I've got everything, all my containers are filled now, and we can actually start planting. So I've got everything organized here on the table. So what we're doing this round, and you know, as I'm thinking about it, I'm definitely going to need to buy some seed cells. I will probably have a part 2 to this video to finish up my planting for the raised bed garden. But this is some of the raised bed garden, and then also the container garden that I'm going to plant. I have a bunch of different containers that I'm going to try to utilize, so we'll try and see if we can make that work just for us to eat on throughout the growing season. I've got provider beans. Let's do that first. Now the only bad side to doing it this way is I have to find the ones with the label, you know, so I'm gonna have to dig around. I tried to organize it a little bit, but you know, that's why the seed cells for starting your seeds are very handy. Freya, no, stay. Good girl. Good girl. Stay. Down. Freya's saying hi. Say hi, Freya. She's like, what are you doing? Oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time with this package. So these are the provider bean seeds. I've heard that you're supposed to let them soften prior to planting, but I didn't do that. So my game plan is just put it in the dirt and see what happens. You're going to find that to be a very common motto in gardening. So let's see what it says for the provider beans. 1 inch deep. I'm just poking holes up to my first knuckle. That's about 1 inch. And I'm going to stick some beans in there. And then just gently cover it up. And we'll see what happens. Okay, there's our beans. And now let's do tomatoes. We got pink brandywine there. And now I have another one here. I've got to find it. That's Best Boy, Roma, Steak, Best Boy. Maybe I messed up and I did 3 Best Boys when I meant to do another brandywine. Okay, so we just have 1 brandywine. That's fine for now. I'll start more if I need to. So, oh, this one opened much better. Maybe. Oh, these seeds, tomato seeds, are so small. I have a great trick for saving your seeds to grow tomatoes the following year. I just haven't been able to try it. So if any of my tomatoes turn out great and I want to save the seeds, what I will do at the end of the year is I will slice them in thin slices and just lay them on top of a container of soil and store them in a cool, dark place, and then next spring they'll sprout on their own. I can't wait to try that. It's an Amish trick that I learned from some people that I have watched. So basically, I'm just going to put these like on the surface, basically, and just gently cover them up just a tiny little bit. Okay, so there's our pink brandywine. And now we need our Best Boy tomatoes. So we've got those. There's aromas. Spider beans. There's another one. I got these because it sounded like they're just a really all-around great tomato. It's a determinate tomato, so this might actually be a better choice for my container garden because it will only get so big. I didn't realize that. The Romas are determinate. I have a Marglobe tomato, which is a determinate. And then, you know, I don't think these say Yes, it does. The pink brandywine is an indeterminate, so I might end up planting that in the raised bed because it means the plant will just continue to grow. And it doesn't say about the beefsteak tomatoes, so I might end up planting one of these best boys in the potting soil. One of my friends, actually, I don't even know what kind of tomatoes she planted in just a, potting soil bag. She let hers go crazy, and they grew and they grew and they took over. But she got so many tomatoes, it was pretty cool. So I don't know, I might stick with my original plan. I haven't decided yet. So, all right, we need the best boy tomatoes. Well, I should have opened it from the bottom side, I see now, because this is bound and determined to happen. So, all right. Okay, that's good enough. Come on. Oh, well, now they're coming out. So I'm gonna do the same with these. I'm just gonna kind of lay them in here. Oh, I forgot I had 2 more. Whoops. I could have just kept going. Hello. Now we have beefsteak tomatoes. Okay, we got those done. So let's put these over here. Oh yeah, I've got Romas too, don't I? I don't have the Margloves, that's what it is. Here's my Romas. So I've heard that tomatoes, like the tomato seeds, like to have at least 80-degree temperatures to germinate. So I don't think I can provide that for these guys in the camper, but we're gonna try it and we might get lucky and get some tomato sprouts, even though I don't have like a heat mat or anything because everything is in storage, but that's okay. Okay, there's our aromas. Things we have done is over here. I gotta keep track of this so that I don't lose track of what we're doing here. So let's do the evergreen scallions. These are evergreen hardy white scallions, 65 days to harvest. Yeah, so we're gonna try them. Oh my gosh, I found the other pink brandywine. I knew that I had another pink brandywine, another container for it. So here it is. I'm gonna plant those real quick. I'm going crazy. Because I thought I might plant some of them in the raised beds too, as well as the container garden, because brandywine tomatoes are rumored or have the reputation of being just really great tomatoes. So, okay, evergreen green onions. I'm going to start several of these and then I'll transplant them. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, if I'm going to put them in a container or if I'm going to have space in my raised bed garden for them, but I will find a home for them. No seed left behind. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 of these. Really? Must have lost count of what I was doing. It says plant 1/2 inch deep. So I have grown just a hybrid green onion before the last couple of years, both in containers, and they've done really well. So we're gonna try this heirloom variety and see how it goes. Okay, I'm done trying to fight with these packages. So I'll let her open her right here. Oh, this is so perfect. Thank you. Alright, so I'm just going to plant them. I sprouted my onions last year inside on a paper towel that was moistened, and then transplanted them out into their container last year, and that was fun. It's like having little babies. Obviously, the seed cells would probably go a little bit faster than this method, but honestly, I'm okay with it because these were free and I'm repurposing things, recycling, getting a second use out of these, and that makes me happy. All right, yay! There we go. Those are done. Now let's do zucchini. This should be pretty easy. I love opening seed packages. Not. Well, that was way too many. Way more than I needed. So okay. I'm gonna plant 2, that way if one doesn't pop up, maybe the other one will. Zucchini's done. I've always just direct sowed zucchini, so I have no idea how it's gonna work, but I figured it was worth a try. We need the yellow squash right here. I'm excited about the squash because it's 42 days to harvest. That's really quick. That means that we could potentially have some squash very quickly. That would be so cool. All right, we got that done. Now that leaves us our peas and our hot peppers. So let's do our peas real quick. These are going to go into our raised bed garden. So, and you know, honestly, I could put them straight into the ground as well. As long as I have a trellis for them rigged up, they should be okay. So they might not end up in the raised bed garden. I mean, yeah, everything's fluid right now, okay? I'm doing this as I go. Oh, I didn't do the red bell pepper. We need to do that too. Let's do this red bell pepper first. Okay, now for peas. The package says to put these directly in the ground as soon as you can work the ground. So these are like a cold weather crop that I could plant in the ground right now. I just don't really have anywhere to plant them, so we're gonna try it this way. And go from there. My hope is to get these started and then transplant them into the raised bed with the trellis that I'm going to make for them to grow on. And done. All right. Okay, now we have the peppers. So here's cayenne, Greek pepperoncini, Anaheim pepper, Hungarian hot wax, and habanero. Habanero. All right, so, I might need this. Okay, let's do the habanero first. Did I miss one? I think I did. I missed a P. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind, guys. I need you guys' help to seriously keep me straight because I forget what I'm doing or I'm missing. So we'll just pop this little baby in the dirt real quick. There we go. I'm sorry, I forgot you. So peaceful out here, just hanging out and dealing with seeds, planting seeds. All right, these are the straight habanero. All right, make sure I plant them in the correct little container. Greek pepperoncini. Oh, Freya moved the camera. Oh goodness, that was way too much. Anaheim. Alright, there we go. Oops. Maybe I'm supposed to open them from the other side. What are these again? Hungarian hot wax. Go where I wanted it to go. Okay. And one more and we are done with our first official seed starting. Well, come on, where are you at? I don't think I got very many in this one, so I'm gonna kind of use them sparingly, so to speak. All right. Yay, we are done. Look at this, guys. I'm so excited that we have done this, at least. I mean, this is kind of a huge deal. It's the first planting that I've done. So what I'm going to do now is I want to add a little bit of liquid. The soil has dried out a little bit. So I'm going to add some water to it, and I'm going to keep these watered every day, and we'll see what happens. I'll be sure and show you all of my new little baby sprouts once they pop up. And hopefully it'll be successful. I have to change hands often because my hands hurt doing this a little bit, so they get sore really easily. So I'm having to kind of go back and forth. But hey, I'm doing stuff. That's all that matters. So this is gonna go inside with me to the camper, and they're gonna hang out there for a couple weeks until they pop out, and then hopefully by then they can live outside and grow and thrive. We'll see how it works. I'm trying to do what I can with what I have and where I'm at. So I encourage you guys to think about doing the same. Thank you so much for joining me on this lovely afternoon while we got this done together. If you liked this video, you might consider liking it and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss all of the crazy stuff that's going on around here. We hope to see you next time. Bye.